4-time KHSAA state wrestling champions. Let me read them off to you. James Earl Harden from the Kentucky School for the Blind, 1964, 1965, 1966, 1967. Robbie Clarkson, Connor High School, 1978, 1979, 1980, 1981. Some guy named Joe Carr Jr., 93, 95, 96, and 97. Isaac Knable, St. Xavier High School, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002. And then we have our guest today. If you would, introduce yourself.
Harrison Courtney. Thanks for having me, Alex.
Now, I didn't read off the 4-time state champions for no reason. Go ahead and brag on yourself. It's all right.
Yeah, I 4-time state champion, 06 through 2009. Wrestled here at Woodford County. I don't really know how you want me to.
No, you're fine. You're a 4-time state champion, and you basically owned the 145-pound weight class, 160-pound weight class from 06 to 09. You're kind of like a video game boss, kind of like the last level Mike Tyson on Punch-Out
yeah.
Whatever. You were the man, you were the gatekeeper. And before we get into your brackets, kind of tell us, how does a young Harrison Courtney find wrestling?
So my dad actually wrestled here in high school. He was the one that got me into it. They used to have a Parks and Recreation program here.
Okay.
Did a little bit of that when I was younger. Then around 5th grade, my dad came and talked to me and said, hey, I'd like to get you in wrestling. I think it'd be good for you. Took me to a couple practices.
Now, what year would that have been roughly?
I believe that was, 2004.
Just kind of
2004.
2004. So Woodford County is top dog in 2000, and whenever you get into it at 5th grade, they're king of the hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get into it when Woodford County is just killing it.
Yes, sir.
And that's a good time to get into it. And that's what we talked about in Rusty's video earlier, is getting the younger kids into the sport when it's still a fun, it's not a grind for them.
Right.
You make friends. Mm-hmm. You get a companionship with your coaches. You want to be there because, that's where some of your best friends are.
Absolutely.
And like, wrestling's hard. Wrestling's not the easiest thing in the world to do, cutting weight, which we know now as opposed to when we wrestled. There's a lot more stringent on like weight cutting. You're not cutting 30 pounds in a week. You're not doing all this kind of stuff. But when you develop friendships, you don't look at it as, man, I got wrestling practice today. It's, oh man, we got wrestling. We're going to this, oh man, this is an overnight trip. Oh man, this is going to be crazy, man. We're going overnight. We're staying in the hotel, which is kind of the way wrestling should be, high school sports should be, is, of course you do it for you. You do it for your classmates, be able to brag and say, hey, we brought home a state championship, the people in your county, but also, for your buddies. Right. You don't want to let your buddies down, right?
Right.
So, a point I should say that I brought up in other videos is if you have years that I don't, please, please, please reach out to me. Now, you're a 4-time state champion, 06, 07, 08, 09. We do have the 2009 video. That's what this video is going to be. We're going to review it. But we do not have the 2006, 2007, 2008 videos. We know that we know there are copies out there. We know that there's videos, and we know that there's DVDs made of these years. We just can't find them, and they're not in the archive. So if you do have a copy of them, please reach out to us. Harrison deserves to have the other 3 years celebrated, not just 09, because when you're a 4-time state champion, you're rare, but your videos need to be seen by everybody, not just 1 year. So if you have 2006, 2007, 2008, please reach out to us. Now, before we get to 09, let's go through your state championship history here. 2005, of course, Woodford County wins the team championship. 130 pounds, 3rd place. You drop a really close 2-1 decision to future state champion Joey Sanders of Wayne County. So you're right there at being a 5-timer, being the first 5-timer up there with Brock Irvin from Union County. But just, you remember anything about that match? You were an 8th grader.
I do. I remember I had wrestled him a couple weeks prior at state duels. I believe I majored him then 10 to, can't remember if it's, may have been 10 to 1. Strong kid. And then I remember coming into that match, obviously I'm young, I'm pretty nervous.
Right.
He had a good game plan, I'll give it to him. He really kind of isolated me on my feet. He was much stronger than me at that time.
Right.
So, more upper body, more controlling the circle. I think I lost that match on a stalling call.
It doesn't. I just have the score of 2 to 1, so I don't know. But
yeah,
man,
it was 1-1 going into overtime, I believe. And he pushed me out. I got called for stalling, lost on a stalling call. So it was a tough pill to swallow. But that was a caveat for what was to come, because I remember sitting in the tunnel, just brokenhearted after that. I mean, tore to pieces, and my dad comes over to talk to me. And I remember telling him, I said, Dad, I'm going to make a promise right now. I will never lose another match at this state tournament. I'll do what I have to do. If I got to work year round, whatever I have to do, I will never lose another match at this state tournament.
So it could have been the best thing ever happened to you.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Exactly. Now, 2006, 145 pounds, Woodford County wins the team state championship, so you're on back-to-back team state title as well. First round, Zach Durden from Southern, you win that by a fall in 50 seconds. Kirk Wessel from Henderson County, you win that by a tech fall 15-0. Bob Woods from Dixie Heights, you win that by a tech fall 16-0. Rob Ayler from Ryle, you win that by a 4-0 decision. And then in the state championship of 2006, you beat Pat Banks from LaRue County in a 4-2 decision. So boom, as a freshman, you're on top of the podium, on top of the world, 145 pounds. Kind of, remember anything about that finals match, 4-2?
I do. Pat, he's a good guy. I always loved Pat. Get along well. He always pushed me. I think we pushed each other. We were 1-1 on the season coming into that state finals match. I'd beat him in a close one. At the beginning of the year, he had beat me at state duels. So I remember just coming into this match focused, ready to go.
Right.
He's a stud. He's strong. I think he hit me with a blast double right off the bat.
Oh, did he really?
Took me down. So, but it was a grind. I think conditioning was the main thing for me there. So.
All right, cool. Well, so you're freshman, top of the podium. Sophomore year, 2007, 145 pounds. First round, James Schumalt from Central Hardin. You win that by a fall in 5 minutes, 43 seconds. Second round, you wrestle Cody Hall from South Oldham. You win that by a fall in 1 minute, 2 seconds. In the quarterfinals, Tim Winchester, I remember Winchester, he was a pretty good wrestler, from Wayne County. You win that by 10-2 major decision. Semifinals, Daniel Thurman from Scott. You win that by a fall, 6 minutes, 19 seconds. And then in the finals, you wrestle Boo Sanders from Harrison County. You win that by a 9-1 decision. Any recollection about that?
I do. Both Bo and Thunderman, they were both tough guys. Again, over the years, we all wrestled each other quite a bit. I believe it was actually in overtime, the semis match. I think we were 1-2 at that time. Oh
yeah, I guess that would be. You pinned him in overtime, so I just now caught that. Yep. My goodness.
He was a stud. He was one of those guys that he just always got right there and just got hung up, couldn't make it to the top of the podium. But
my goodness.
Got all the respect in the world for him.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Now 2008, you win the most outstanding wrestler. First round, you wrestle Brody O'Leary from Southern. You win that by a fall in 54 seconds. In the second round, you wrestle Casey Kennedy from Wayne County, 1 minute, 26 seconds of a fall. In the quarters, Jamie Powell from Nelson County, a tech fall 15-0. In the semis, Kyle Griffith from Campbell County. You win that by a fall a tech fall 16-0. And then in the finals again, you meet Bo Sanders from Harrison County, and you win that by a fall in 3 minutes, 47 seconds. So back-to-back years, 145 pounds. You've wrestled Bo in the finals. That has to be, I'm not saying a anomaly, but both guys, same weight class, back-to-back years in the state finals. That can't happen too many times. I can't imagine. But you win that by a fall different. Of course, made way different decision. What had improved about your game between your sophomore and junior year that was able to get you get the fall like that?
I would say just how aggressive I was wrestling at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that I wasn't wrestling aggressive, earlier on in my wrestling career, but I feel like at that time I was really kind of catching my stride.
Right.
My dad, he always coached me, don't go out there and play around, don't show off, go out there and put them away.
No, and that's something that, I've noticed with, like I said, just finished my 18th season refereeing, is you can tell the wrestlers that are men. And I'm not trying to make, anybody feel bad or whatever, but you can tell in weigh-ins or out there wrestling, you can tell, okay, this is a man. This is a man wrestling, whether it's just body size, strength, whatever it is, you can just tell, okay, this is a man here. And it looks like you've kind of made the man transition because you win most outstanding. All your wins are tech falls or falls, pretty quick actually in all of them. So you deserve the most outstanding wrestler award that year. I think, no, I was not at this state tournament. I was not at this one. That's my bad. So I like to ask people that are multiple time state champions that are returning. You're a 3-time state champion coming into your senior year. Of course, you're 160 pounds in 2009. Are you going in, do you remember what your record is up to your senior? Was you undefeated in high school? A couple losses? I mean, just out of curiosity.
I think my junior and senior season, I believe so. I think coming into my senior, I finished 249 and 15.
That's a pretty good record.
Lost 2, I think, my freshman year, and 2 my sophomore year, and then the rest of them were in 7th grade.
I got you. So, purpose I'm asking that question for is, when you roll into a gym, no matter if it's a duel, a Saturday tournament, whatever it is, do you feel you're getting everybody's best shot? They know the champ is in the building. They know, hey, man, this is my chance, to make history. I can dethrone, whether it was at the state championship or not, but just knowing, man, I got to win over a 3-time state champion. People will talk about that forever. I mean, if you played football against somebody who went to the NFL or basketball or whatever sport it is that you played against, baseball, you got a hit off of a major league. You see him in the World Series. I got a hit off him in Little League. He ain't nothing. He's lucky I blew my shoulder out. You know how it is. You know how guys are. So you going into these gyms, these tournaments, are you feeling like people that maybe not be the best wrestlers in the world, they're giving 1,000% just for the fact they want to beat you?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, I would hope that's what they would bring to the table as a competitor. Most definitely.
Because some people are like, man, I don't want no part of this guy.
Right. Wrestle the person, not the name.
Right. They'll forfeit the match. I don't want no, whatever. We'll get third. We'll go to the consolation. I don't want no part of this guy. Or sitting around, when they're 20 years later or 30 years later, man, that 4-time state champion, that Courtney guy, listen, man, he let me up. I got a point on him. No big deal, right? All right, let's go over your bracket real quick. First round, you wrestled Tyler Ford from DuPont Manual. You win that by a fall in 2 minutes, 37 seconds. The second round, you wrestled Austin Stepp from Sheldon Clark. You win that by a major decision, 8-0. In the quarterfinals, you're wrestling Connor Coyle from Rowell. You win that by a fall in 49 seconds. The semifinals, you're wrestling Cameron, help me with the name here, is it Broussard?
Cameron Broussard.
From Seneca, win that by a tech fall, 18-2. You get to the championship, and you're wrestling Jacob Lee from Campbell County. Now, we're not going to tell you the score. We're going to watch it. We have the video. But this is your last time under the lights. You've been here 4 times before. A shot to make history, a shot to be, one of the rare breeds, different breeds here in the state of Kentucky in wrestling. Knowing you've been here before, what's going through your head? What's going through your mind?
You always have that pressure creeping in situations like this. I was very fortunate to have my dad. to have Coach Carr, both JoJo and Big Joe, just to kind of coach me through that pressure.
Right.
So honestly, coming into this match, I was pretty calm. I knew this was going to be my last match in Woodford County singlet. So, like my dad would always tell me, man, just go out there and have fun. So that's what I'm trying to do here, just going out and having fun, not worrying about, the state championship, nothing like that. Just going out, having fun, let the results take care of themselves. So.
All right, now, of course, we're going to get the video queued up, and we're going to let Harrison, of course, walk us through. I'm excited. Let's do this. All right, you guys are seeing what we're seeing. We're at the Dungeon, Frankfort, under the lights, and like we said in other videos, this by far is the best atmosphere that any KHSAA sport ever had.
Absolutely.
Basketball, football, baseball, track, swimming, whatever it is, under the lights in the Dungeon is the absolute best atmosphere the KHSAA ever produced. Wish we'd go back to it, at least some form of it, at least under the lights with a podium, don't you?
Absolutely.
Because the wrestlers now deserve the same, same type of atmosphere. People that not even wrestling fans that are watching these videos are like, man, I didn't know how awesome. Yeah, that's like, something you would see on a pay-per-view for like boxing or MMA or wrestling or like professional wrestling. And that's something you just can't replicate is, being there under lights. So there's my 2 cents on it, man. Let's watch this match. There you are, lining up. All right, there you go. Get a quick shot. He's reaching through. It's like you got Big Joe and Little Joe in the...
Yeah,
what?
He actually takes me down. Yeah. And Jake, he's a tough scrambler. I was actually talking to him last week around it.
Oh, really?
About this. Yeah, I sent the video to him, and he's tough, man. He's flexible. He's strong. Got good hips. That right there, though, I hadn't been taken down all year, and that was the first time I've been taken down. That first shot.
Really?
So my dad still rides me about that all the time. But he's real tough right here, kind of keep me from getting on the inside there and finishing that shot.
Right.
Really, really flexible hips.
Campbell County's got a good program as well.
Absolutely. They're
always in the tops, 5-10 team rankings, and always got a couple on the podium.
Absolutely. Love Coach Van Campen.
Oh, yeah, he's much respect for Mike. All right, we got a stalemate. We're still neutral. You can always tell you got Joe and JoJo in the corner. They always stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, guys, I love y'all, but have a seat. There it is. Oh.
Like I said, he's got good hips.
Yeah. Now, you know who's filming this right here?
I believe this is one of my dad's friends.
Okay. I'm just glad you had it. I'm glad that
my dad kind of dug around and found it.
You was able to get your hands on it, because I hate for not, to have at least one of your years.
Let's get that front headlock.
So you got a good
turn
front on you.
Corner and shuck it. And make it another stalemate here. I can't remember.
Now I know that's Joe. That's Joe on the whistle. Joe Catan. Can you hear Coach Carr, the Carrs coaching you?
I can, yeah, you can always hear them. They get into it.
That's the end of the period. I think it's 2-1. He defers. And, of course, you're going to take down. I'm sure that was a given.
Yeah.
All right, optional start here. What are we looking to do off that optional start? We're just going to try to get to our feet?
Get to our feet. Get to our feet. Just come back ready to attack. Like Rusty talked about earlier, our mentality just always looking for, moving forward, scoring. And right here, deep in on a shot. That's where he rolled me that first time when I was trying to go that back door, so I kind of catch him here.
There you go. There it is.
Looking for that turret.
You get some near fall. I think I saw Joe swap a couple times. He did. Okay. Yep. 2 near fall and 1 escape. Do you remember hearing the crowd any of your matches or all? I mean, under the lights.
Yeah, you know, you hear it somewhat, but I mean the amount of adrenaline you've got going right here. I mean, just the atmosphere in general. I mean, you're at the big show, so you're just kind of, you got the blinders on, you're focused on what's going on in front of you. So I definitely heard it that first takedown when I got rolled through. I heard everybody go ooh, and I was like, okay, man.
So we got another takedown again right there. Sit down, coach. We got stalling on the bottom. I think that might be Chris Shaw as the assistant referee.
It's not here. I got the wing in the bar, looking for a little cheap tilt.
Is you being that close to the line, is that something you just were like a line rider, or is this by chance you're there?
Honestly, just by chance that I was there, but
all right. So that's the end. That was a quick. It's been a quick first two periods. 8-3. He's going to take down. What's your, from the breakdown, what are we looking to do?
So we're looking for elbow chop, tight waist. I did a lot of 2-on-1 tilts, a lot of chicken wing tilts. So right here, I'm trying to get the tight waist. He's hitting the switch, elbow chop, tight waist breaking down. I'll get that wrist. Right now, I'm just looking for that 2-on-1, pulling it in tight for a seat belt.
Right.
Trying to get to that side. That's not working, so I transition to the chicken wing. Getting out that side, putting the shoulder on the ear.
Potentially dangerous. All right, let's go back to the.
So pressure forward.
There's one boot in. Trying to swim it there, or swing it, I guess. You hear the crowd, Woodford County chant. Of course, everybody in the building knows you're a four-timer, or going to be going for a four-time, so everybody knows.
Going for guillotine.
Going for the guillotine. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a good call. Good call, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good call. Now, I mean, you have to know your short time. You know that you're up. Are you just trying to look busy, or are you just trying to?
You know, honestly, right here, I'm still actively trying to work. And Jake, I don't know if he did much freestyle, but he would have been an awesome freestyle wrestler, man, because he's just good at holding his weight.
Right.
You know, staying in a good base. Typically, I could get that wing and I could apply enough pressure, even if they were trying to turn their hips the other way. You know, I could apply enough pressure to kind of convince them otherwise. But
four-timer. Take the ankle band off. He made you earn that one.
he did. He did.
Joe gives you the. There it is. Of course, you got the bleached blonde hair. And that's where the video ends. So, did anything, I'm sure you probably watched it before you sent it to me, but did anything play out differently than like you remember it after you've seen it?
Honestly, no. I don't know if it's just that being my kind of last match in a Woodford County singlet. But I still felt like I felt it all, could remember it all pretty vividly in my mind.
Right.
There were a few times, going back and watching it, the more I watch it, it's like, man, get off your knees. Stop wrestling on your knees.
Yeah. I think just about everybody says something.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
that
you're always going to have critiques of yourself.
Well, that is, like I said, 4-time state champions. There's only 10. I've got it wrote down here. Just give me 1 second. You were the 5th 4-time state champion. There's 9 4-timers overall, and we got 1 5-timer in Brock. But, of the 9, Woodford County has 2 of them. You and JoJo. There's been several that's been close, like Chris Dunn, 3-timer. There's been, like I said, several people that are right there on the 4. But I mean, you're one of only 9. And so far, I've been able to meet with 3 of the 9. You, JoJo, and Isaac Knable. And we got Cole Thomas from Rowell has agreed. He's in conditioning as of this filming at Chattanooga. We've got all 4 of his years. We're going to do all of his. Fahey from Trinity, we've reached out. I think he's going to do it. There's a couple other guys. I think Brock, I've got up with Brock's dad. We have all of his years. I think just getting up. When you live in Eastern Kentucky and Brock lives, or Union County's the other side of the state, they're kind of hard to get up with. I think Brock lives in a different state now. But I think we're going to try to get together with Brock at some point just to be able, just to have the history of, because there's not that many of you guys. Yeah. Any closing thoughts, any closing remarks about your career, Woodford County Wrestling, anything you want to put a bow on?
I mean, for me, personally, I feel honored to have been able to be a part of this program. The people that put the time and the effort into getting me to where I was able to get in my career. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It is an individual sport in some aspects, but it really does. It takes a village to get to the top of the podium. I had great practice partners, Cody, Rusty, good mentors, Big Joe, JoJo, another 4-time state champion. I was fortunate enough to have him as a practice partner. So he was in there every day beating on me. Yeah. I'm just thankful overall. I guess if I could sum it up in one word, thankful to be able to be a part of this program and to be able to give back to it in whatever way I can, in years moving forward.
I want to say thank you for doing the series with us and being able to tell your story again. If you have any years that I don't, especially anything in the 2000s or 90s, like 2006, 2007, 2008. For some reason, the archive has the 3rd and 5th place matches of 2001, but they don't have or didn't have a copy of the actual finals. If you have the 2001 finals, please send it to me. We'd love to have it. But that's all we got with Harrison Courtney today, 4-time state champion out of Woodford County. Thank you guys for watching. There's going to be more Woodford County guys today that we're meeting with, so just follow the playlist down below. If we don't see you there, we'll see you guys on the mats.